Hey everybody, welcome. Today we're going to be practicing yoga for sports with our focus on a swimmer's body. So please, before we start, make sure that you have some sort of a yoga strap. You can use a belt or a scarf as well. And 2 blocks. You can use books, you can use rolled up blankets. We're going to start today in a variation of Supta Baddha Konasana, but we just want to open the shoulders. So stack your blocks on the side and come to lie with your blocks underneath your thoracic spine. So that's where your shoulder blades start. Oops, these are foam blocks, so they're a little bit unstable. Then you'll bring the soles of the feet to touch. Let the knees flop down to the sides and interlace all 10 fingers behind you. Such a great counter for swimming freestyle. Opening through the chest, opening through the upper thoracic. I know my thoracic spine is incredibly tight from years of swimming and surfing. The back of the head gently rests on the top of the block. And we'll use this time now to just come into the body, preparing us to move, to open the upper thoracic, the shoulders, and the backs of the calves. Full breaths in. Complete breaths out. Let your body be heavy. And let's slowly prepare ourselves to move. Release the hands. Slide the arms in a wide circle out and down towards your feet. Press your forearms into the mat as you lift the chest. I like to wiggle my bum back a little bit. And then exhale, counter that by rounding forward. Rotate the palms to face up. The crown of the head is heavy, so we get this beautiful lengthening through the back line of the body. Rotating the palms to face up. Deep breaths in. Full, complete breaths out. One more deep breath in. And exhale, release. The inhale rolls us up our spine, stacking each vertebra one at a time. Nice generous shoulder loop up, back, and down when you get all the way up. I'm going to turn to face you, and I'm going to mirror you, so I'm on the opposite side of you. Please extend your right foot forward. And bring the sole of the left foot to stand on your right inner thigh. From here, we're going to lift the chest and the arms nice and wide. And we're going to hook the left arm, so this arm, under. We're going to take Garandasana, eagle arms, cross at your elbows, cross at your wrists. The in-breath lifts the elbows up. See if you can bring your forearms parallel towards the sky. And our exhale breath is going to round us forward, elbows towards the belly button. And then we're going to twist over that right thigh. See if you can bring this left shoulder forward towards the right toes. And here we're getting into both the upper traps as well as these muscles here on the lower lumbar towards the left side. The crown of the head be nice and heavy here. Stay for 3, 2, 1, release. Inhale brings you up. It's the left hand to the mat. Sweep the right and just lift, opening through your chest. Stargazer. Release, sweep it back. The right forearm, either on the ground next to your right thigh. You can take your block and place it on the inside and relax the arm onto the block. Now draw this left shoulder back. So we're getting into the lats, the intercostals, those muscles between the ribs. Twist. And maybe you stay here because this feels like enough. Some of you will start to extend that left arm up and over. So we get that beautiful stretch to the whole left side body. Parasvrita, Janu Sirsasana, revolved forehead to shin pose. It's quite nice here as well to take your strap, hook it underneath the heel, and then take the arm and hold the strap. You can walk your hand up or down. Press the back of the right arm into that right thigh. Then change. Gently round forward. Switch sides. So it's now the left leg extends, the right foot stands on the left inner thigh. Inhale, opens the chest. Exhale, this time it's the right arm under, cross at elbows, cross at wrists. Either see if you can cross there. If you can't, it's the back of the hands together. Lift, opening the front of the chest. Peel the ears back, forearms parallel to the ceiling. Exhale brings you back. Twist over the left thigh. And then bow forward. Imagine you're bringing your right shoulder towards the left big toe. Bow the crown of the head. You might slide your hands further down the shin. That's perfect. Press this right sit bone into the earth. Bring the right shoulder forward. You'll feel this on the muscles around the multifidus muscles around right side of lumbar. Such a good pose if you sit at a desk all day. But I find when I swim, especially with a wetsuit, my lower back gives me such discomfort. One more breath. Change. Bring it back. Release the right hand back behind you at a 45-degree angle. Sweep the left. Lift the hips. Stargazer. Open the chest. Full breath in. And the exhale breath will bring that back and around. Taking the block, if you did so beforehand, on the inside of the left thigh. Left forearm to the block. Draw your right shoulder back. Left ear to left shoulder. Now we're looking for the stretch on the right side body. You might stay here if that feels like medicine. You might reach the right arm up and over. Rotate the right outer hip down. Ooh, that feels so good. Lengthen. If you did so on the previous side, you'll have the strap underneath the ankle. And then use the strap, breathe, and walk your hands down, getting a deeper stretch to right side body, but press that hip or that sit bone into the mat. One more breath. Gently release. Change. We're going to bring the feet to a squat, a malasana. Lengthen the crown. So press your balls of your feet into the mat. Bring your weight forward and you'll feel that's a deeper stretch in the back of those calves. Oof. And if you've done a long freestyle or a long kicking session, that feels like such heaven. One more breath here. And then release. Float your hips. Find your Uttanasana, your forward fold. Bend one knee at a time. And place your hands and step your feet back for a very short down dog. We're going to find an egg beater just to release some of the thoracic spine. So take the right hand, thread it through. You're going to grab the outside of the left ankle. I bend my right knee, and we're going to twist and look up underneath the armpit. Rotate that left outer hip back. Feel that beautiful opening, that twisting, that releasing of the thoracic. And then change. Right hand to the mat. Left hand goes through the little gap, binds on the outside of the right ankle. Look up and underneath the right armpit. See how my left knee naturally bends to allow me to twist deeper, to get a deeper opening through my thoracic, my upper spine. And then change. Place your hands flat on the mat. You can have a generous bend to the knees. And we're going to do a little bit of work to release the connective tissue in the thoracic and the shoulder cavity. We're going to do a few little bounces here. And all we're doing is releasing some of that connective tissue that builds up, that gets tight. Hence we round forward and our shoulders get stiff. Keeping the arms and the legs still. And it's just bouncing through the chest like an African grey parrot. The end of the next round of breath, we're going to find stillness. Bring your right knee to your nose, then lower the right leg directly down. Bring the right shin vertical. Lower your right. Float your left leg, stacking the left knee on top of the right. If this feels like it's just too much in your hips, that's totally fine. Extend the right foot forward. Okay. If that still feels like it's too much, you're going to take your your block and place underneath your bum. By elevating the hips, we give ourselves a little bit more space to move in our bodies. Okay, that feels a little bit high for me. Now we're going to take the arms. It's the right arm, so I'm going to turn and face away from you so you can see what I'm doing. Make sure your strap is handy. The right arm over. The left hand finds the right elbow, stretching into the tricep, the intercostals, and the lats. Add a little bit of a lateral stretch to the left. Then bring it back through center. Take the strap. Place the strap in your right hand. Extend your left arm out to the side. Now find an internal rotation. So rotate the left thumb down. Then bring the back of the hand to your spine. Oops, try find your strap. And then you can either stay holding onto the strap, or you can walk your hands, take a bind. Gomukhasana. Inhale, lifts the chest. Press the back of the head into the forearms. Lower frontal ribs to the spine. Now we're stretching into the right armpit, tricep, intercostals. We're stretching into the left deltoid and rotator cuff. And if you want, the exhale hinges forward, and all that does is it gives you a deeper stretch in those hips. Personally, I prefer to keep my torso lifted, so my focus is on my shoulders. One more round of breath here. Release the arms. Let's bring the hands to the right side and add a little bit of a twist to the right. Change. So I'm going to turn to face the front of my mat. Remember, I turned earlier. We're going to float that left leg back. Hands underneath the shoulders. The right foot's going to meet the left. And we're going to do 3 of those little pulses in the shoulders. And at the end of the third one, come back to stillness. Bring your left knee to your nose, press up through the back of the shoulders. Exhale, lowers the left knee between the hands. Bring the foot slightly to the right. Hips to the left side. Float your right leg over and find your Gomukhasana, your cow face. So if you extended the right leg, the bottom leg on the previous side, you'll extend it on this side. If you sat on a block on the previous side, you'll do so here. Inhale, lift your chest. It is the left hand pats you on the back. Right hand finds left elbow. And let's just get that, oh, there goes my mic. Let's just get that stretch into the left side body. Notice if you're rounding forward, press the back of your head into your forearm. If you're puffing out the ribs, lower frontal ribs to spine, keep the core engaged. And if you did so on the previous side, you'll take your strap, place it in the left hand. Right hand to the side, find internal rotation, so it's a thumbs down. Reach your right hand back, and then walk your way up your strap. If you're not using the strap, that's fine. You can bind on your fingers. This right elbow is moving down towards the earth, whilst the left elbow moves up towards the sky. I almost forgot the lateral stretch to the right. Getting into the left side body. Back through center. And if you did so on the previous side here, you'll fold forward. Or stay seated. Do what works best for your body. This is medicine for your body. We're looking to open and stretch and release the body so we can perform better when we train and when we race. Release the bind, release the hands, a little bit of a counter stretch to the left side. Change. Float the right foot back. Place the hands underneath the shoulders. Downward facing dog. A few bounces here. End of the next round of breath, lower your knees down, come to a seat. Sit bones to the heels. So now we're really going to get into those shoulders. Take your strap, and you're going to start off with the strap quite wide. So we're going to wrap the strap around the hand. So no matter how flexible the shoulders seem to be, make them quite wide to start. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift the sternum. In breath, lift the hands up. Exhale, sends it back, Find that point of resistance, pause, breathe into it, make sure both hands move together, and then lower the hands down. Open the chest. Inhale, lift slowly through the point of resistance. Exhale, round forward. Look at your belly button as you bring the strap to your thighs. Shorten the strap slightly. Inhale, lifts the hands up. The exhale sends them back. So we're opening into the tight pectoral muscles, the tight shoulder girdle. Inhale, lifts up, moving slowly through the discomfort. Exhale, rounds forward. One more round. You might shorten the strap again. Inhale, lifts around, getting into the back muscles. Up. And then exhale through the discomfort. Stay, breathe, move slowly. As you bring the hands towards the sit bones, tilt the pelvis back, lift the chest. Inhale, lifts up, rounds. Exhale, forward. Release. Hands underneath your shoulders, downward facing dog. Let's bend one knee at a time. Your next in-breath steps the right foot between the hands, lowers the left knee down, lifts the chest. So we're going to squeeze the palms of the hands together. Bring the back of the thumbs to the cervicular spine, the back of your neck. Draw your elbows towards one another and lift your chest. Breathe here, opening the descending line of the body, the left side. Inhale brings us back through center out of your flexibility. Exhale, hands to prayer in front of the heart. Lift, send the chest forward, left tricep to the outside of the right thigh at a twist. Look over your right shoulder. Breathe. Release. Inhale brings us back. Exhale, hands frame right foot as you step the right foot back, down dog. This time we're taking it to the left. Left foot between the hands, lower the right knee down. Inhale brings us up for an Anjayasana, a low lunge. Exhale, soften into your flexibility as you squeeze the heels of the hands together. Draw the elbows towards one another and then lift the sternum. Breathe here, draw the hips forward. Breathe. Change. Inhale brings us up. Exhale, hands to prayer. Twist to the left side, right tricep to the outside of the left thigh and twist. See if you can look over that left shoulder. One more time here. Rotate the left outer hip down. And change, bring it back through center. Inhale, lift. Exhale, step the left foot to meet right. Down dog. The next inhale brings us forward. Lower your knees to the mat. I like to keep my toes tucked. Okay, we're going to take half rabbit pose with our hands bound onto the outside blades of our feet. Such a great pose to stretch out all the muscles on the back line of the body. So I'm going to place my hands on my lower spine as though I'm putting my hands in jeans pockets. Then I'm going to slide my hands down, grab onto the outside blades of my feet. I'm going to tuck my chin, crown of the head to the mat, forehead towards my knees, and as I inhale, I'm going to start to lift my hips. There is absolutely no weight whatsoever in my neck. Rather, I'm using my hands and the strength of my arms to support me here. Press the toes into the mat, lift the hips. Lengthen through the full spine. Used to be one of my least favorite poses, and I read an article in Yoga Journal about how this is such a great pose for back pain or back discomfort. Obviously, if it's quite serious pain, please go see a doctor. One more breath. Change. Tops of the feet to the mat, sit bones back towards the heels, and extend your arms forward. Find your child's pose. Nice deep breath in. Exhale fully. The inhale looks forward, lengthens forward. We're going to move into a Sphinx pose. So unroll over your feet on the mat. Elbows underneath the shoulders. Actively draw your chest through your elbows. 10 toenails to the mat. Soften the glutes. Your gaze is forward. Smile. Remember why we're doing this, so that we can feel better in our bodies. One more breath here. Release. Shoulders. Come back to a seat. Hands to prayer in front of the heart. I thank you for joining me today. Now that you're ready for your next swim, I hope you enjoy it. Training pain-free and a little bit more open in our bodies. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.